Here in Minnesota, we do better than most states when it comes to a gap in genders of people's pay. And you might be sitting out there like one of these non-believers that says, it's not true, there is no gender gap, women are paid the same if they're equally as qualified. But my friends, the fact of the matter is that there is a gender gap, especially, well, it's a pay gap. It is. It's a fact. And it's important. And tomorrow is Equal Pay Day. Equal Pay Day. Isn't that nice? There's a day to talk about it, to have a conversation about it, what we should do about it. You and I are going to talk about it for at least the next hour on this show. And joining me now is Larry Kallevig from Haven Financial Group here locally to talk about Equal Pay Day and something called the pink tax. Larry, so happy to have you back on the program. Hi, Larry.
Hi there.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're here. Hi, Larry. Sorry about that. A little technical problem. Well, let's start off with the pink tax. I was talking about this in my promos. Define it. What is the pink tax?
Well, the pink tax, as it's been labeled, companies are charging on literally hundreds of products, charging women more for products that are identical to the men, just because they're pink and they're packaged nicely, and quite frankly, they're identical products. And we found hundreds and hundreds of products that are like this way. For example, a local retail store had a scooter that was red for boys. Mm-hmm. Same scooter, pink for girls. The boy scooter $24.99. The girl scooter $49.99.
No, come on.
Yep.
Really? Just because it was pink?
Just because it was pink, and it doesn't stop there. My encouragement would be on that. Shop around, look at stores, even check out different sections within stores, because you might be surprised what you find even within the same store as far as pricing.
Wow, I am that is shocking to me. I really thought we were going to talk about deodorant and hairspray, and I was going to tell you don't cite tampons because men don't use those, so they're only for women's. But wow, I had no idea you were going to blow my mind with the scooter. That's a kid's toy.
It certainly is. It doesn't stop there.
I wonder if anybody buys the pink one, because the red one could be a girl's scooter too.
Well, I can speak firsthand that I have 4 of them because I have 4 daughters, teenage daughters. So the answer is yes.
Oh, 4 pink scooters. So they got you every time, Larry. Oh, that's awful. Okay, but it's not just for scooters. It is for things like, toothpaste and deodorant and makeup and hair products. Men maybe don't wear makeup, but they might have skin cream, right? I mean, this is really, there's a major difference, right?
There is. Well, there isn't necessarily in the product, but you're right. Hair care, probably the biggest discrepancy between men and women. Certainly know this one well. Why 25% women spend more on hair, whether it be styling, haircuts, even though it may take the same amount of time or what have you. About 48% more on hair products. They went to a more gender-neutral product. Potentially they may be able to save money, so that's potentially a recommendation.
Like a gender-neutral product. Like, give me an example, Larry, like a Head and Shoulders, which everybody needs, or I won't even say Dove, because I feel like that skews more women. But, I don't know, Pantene. Are there gender-neutral products?
Yeah, things without the scent necessarily. A lot of times you pay for that scent, whether it be in hair care products, or you mentioned earlier the deodorant thing. On the surface, the deodorant thing, people look at it, well, men's and women's is the same. When actually, if you look, it's not. Men's tends to be about a bigger deodorant stick than the women's. And quite frankly, the ingredients, if you look at the packaging, are probably exactly the same without the scent.
So the men are getting more product and paying less for it.
Most definitely.
I'm not happy about that at all. You say it's not just about personal hygiene or hair care products. You write in your notes here that you're telling me mortgages, women are getting charged more for financial products?
It is true. And according to MarketWatch, and I've seen it, 0.4% more on home loans and mortgages. And over a 30-year mortgage, you do the math, that's a lot of money. And you might think, well, that's just gender discrimination or something of the sort. Well, actually, in that case, it really isn't, because women tend to pay higher rates. They choose lenders they are recommended to. It's more about relationship building, and I get that. When actually there's a lot of sites where you can compare rates. I encourage people, do your homework, look for those low rates. Don't just pay them just to pay them.
So, but because I think of, numbers are numbers. Those are hardcore numbers. If you're shopping around for a mortgage, you can shop for the lowest number. You're saying the reason for the 0.4% difference on the mortgage rate is because maybe women are choosing to go with a mortgage broker they like better instead of one that's offering a lower rate.
More relationship oriented than men just trying to get the lowest rate possible.
Wow.
Maybe that isn't the best fit in every situation, but in some cases it may be.
That's interesting. I see in your notes here that there is one place where men pay more than women.
Yeah, there's not many places, but the one that it falls into without question is car insurance.
Is that just because women are better drivers than men? Is that why?
Well, you knew I was going to say that, but before I was going to say that we pay about $15,000 a year over our lifetime. Here's the rationale. And as we know, insurance companies see men, I say some men, as a bigger risk for accidents, not all men, due to their driving habits.
Oh, okay. I get that. All right. So that's the pink tax. It exists. It's real. So like you said, buy more gender neutral products because it's really more evident in personal care products. I can't tell any woman, not to go with a mortgage broker that she likes better. Because I understand you want somebody you can trust and feel good about. But boy, don't get screwed on those toys. Larry, you should have known better, right? They're just toys.
They're just toys. You're right.
Let's talk a little bit about why it's so important to shine the light on Equal Pay Day. You're in the financial industry. Do you feel like men and women's salaries are different in the financial industry?
Oh, I see it firsthand. And I think it should be important for everybody, not just because I'm a husband and I have a lot of earnings years, but we're talking about more than just income, credit scores, retirement savings, the ability to do so. Even the gender disparities we just talked about are some things that put women at odds.
What's going on in the financial industry to halt that? When women are hired as financial planners or, other things in your industry, are there systems in place that are trying to make it more equitable?
There's been great strides, but anytime that men or women are given 79 cents on the dollar compared to men, there's a long ways to go. I would encourage that, women change their mindset a little bit. Oftentimes they're potentially maybe a little more modest when they talk down their achievement and undervalue themselves a little bit. When my encouragement would be take pride in yourself, appreciate yourself, value it. Others will see through it too and see that value. The Huffington Post just did a study here on more leaders in those positions, and it found because they probably were turned down for a similar position, and they've strayed. And don't have that negative impact on your future.
Larry, my next guest that's coming on is really advocating for transparency in pay. Do you think there should be transparency in pay in the financial industry?
I most definitely think there should be. And again, I think we have a long ways to go. People the women ask for raises just as much as men do. Unfortunately, they get turned down about 25% more, which can be discouraging. What I would offer, though, is recent surveys show that women under 40 are getting similar. So perhaps we've made some good strides, but we're making strides, but we got a long way to go.
Larry Kallevig, fascinating conversation. I appreciate your honesty and the great information. My goodness, I'm watching out for toys, and I'm starting to use my husband's deodorant from now on. That's it.
Make sure you tell him.
Yeah. He'll know we'll share. Larry Kallevig is the owner of Haven Financial Group. Larry, what's the website?
havenretirement.com or havenfinancialgroup.com.
All right. Great to talk to you as always, Larry. Have a great night.
You as well. Thank you.